Following the peace event at the Colosseum, the Pope concluded a meeting with leaders of other religions. They all came to the Vatican to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the document Nostra Aetate. This text marked a shift in the Catholic Church's attitude towards other religions. Rome stopped focusing on their differences and began to concentrate on what unites them. For example, the transcendent meaning of life in an increasingly secularized world. In fact, Pope Leo XIV emphasized that this is the role of religions today.
At this crucial moment in history, we are entrusted with a great mission: to reawaken in all men and women their sense of humanity and of the sacred.
The Pope also reminded everyone that religions are for peace, not for fanaticism, because for all those who believe in God, the rest of men and women are not strangers, but brothers and sisters.
Nostra Aetate teaches that we cannot truly call on God, the Father of all, if we refuse to treat in a brotherly or sisterly way any man or woman created in the image of God.
The document Nostra Aetate was one of the shortest of the Second Vatican Council, but at the same time one of the most revolutionary. The initial idea was to reflect on the relationship between the Catholic Church and Judaism, but in the end it went much further, addressing the relationship with all other religions.
Pope Leo brought a message of peace and Christian-Muslim coexistence to Lebanon and the greater Middle East today.
On his first full day in Lebanon on Monday, Pope Leo visited a pilgrimage site of the Maronite Catholics, the largest Eastern Catholic community in the Middle East. In his speech, he once again called for peace in Lebanon and in the world, but also called for love to win over hate, a message of peace. He's expected to repeat an inter-religious meeting with the leaders of some of the many religious denominations in this country, and especially a message of hope.
Dear brothers and sisters, I am deeply moved and immensely grateful to stand among you today in this blessed land, a land exalted by the prophets of the Old Testament, who beheld in its towering cedars emblems of the righteous soul that flourishes beneath heaven's vigilant gaze, a land where the echo of the Logos has never fallen silent, but continues to call forth from century to century those who desire to open their hearts to the living God. In his post-synodal apostolic exhortation, Ecclesia in Medio Oriente, signed here in Beirut in 2012, Pope Benedict XVI emphasized that the Church's universal nature and vocation require that she engage in dialogue with the members of other religions. In the Middle East, this dialogue is based on the spiritual and historical bonds uniting Christians to Jews and Muslims. It is a dialogue which is not primarily dictated by pragmatic political or social considerations, but by underlying theological concerns which have to do with faith. Dear friends, your presence here today in this remarkable place, where minarets and church bell towers stand side by side, yet both reach skyward, testifies to the enduring faith of this land and the steadfast devotion of its people to the one God. Here in this beloved land, may every bell toll, every adhan, every call to prayer blend into a single soaring hymn, not only to glorify the merciful Creator of heaven and earth, but also to lift a heartfelt prayer for the divine gift of peace. For many years, and especially in recent times, the eyes of the world have been fixed on the Middle East, the cradle of the Abrahamic religions, observing the arduous journey and the unceasing quest for the precious gift of peace.